like for example making money, doing jobs, etc. So if a student have some sort of thoughts about making money while studying simultaneously, I consider the capital cities in this case are more reliable, because the number of the multinational companies and enterprises are bigger compared to the smaller cities. The number of investors in the bigger cities are, greater in number. And on the other hand, if a student has not from a very sound financial family, then he should consider a smaller town, which is definitely not Kyiv. So in this case, the living expenses would be slightly lower, and along with that, if he's definitely not interested in doing any sort of jobs, etc. So there is no need for going to the big city. Mohammed, as you know, I'm from the Right Turn organization. Today I'm here with an exceptional topic. So this video would be precisely addressing African students to make you aware of which university to choose and what are the parameters that you should consider before taking admission in any university of Ukraine. So I personally have categorized a list from top to bottom, and all the parameters I'll discuss in this video that influences the decision of choosing any university. So first thing first, let's discuss the list, which I personally, and not me just personally, that's what everybody thinks that is qualified on the knowledge of about the university. So the first one in my list is Karazin Kharkiv National Medical University, which is located in Kharkiv city. So here is a misconception which I would like to explore a little bit. So some people, like most of the time, gets confused about the name Kharkiv and Kharkiv. What's the difference? So let's clarify this. As you know, that there are two local languages being spoken in this country. The one is Russian language, and the local language is Ukrainian. So once you proceed along with the languages, you will discover that Ukrainians have a tendency of making the O sound to E. For example, previously the city was called Kharkiv, but when Ukrainian got the independence and the local language took over the previous Russian language, so the certain names of the cities and the streets changed. For example, Kharkiv is now termed as Kharkiv. So that's the only difference. The name is different. So if you are told that your university is Kharkiv instead of Kharkiv, so you don't need to panic. This is the very same city, so there is no big difference. So yes, coming back to the topic. So the second on my list is Sumy State National University. The third one is International European University. The fourth one is Kharkiv Polytechnic Institute, and last but not the least is Kiev National University of Economic and Trades. So this was all about the list. So let's now discuss the second thing, which is how I have categorized the list, why some universities are standing in the top while others are in the last of the list. So as you know that there are many factors. The first one in my mind is the number of international students in a university. Why this matters? Because when there is more number of students in a particular school, this would attract many teachers, many good teachers, and big enterprises that sponsoring international education, which would then in turn increase the number of the facilities in the school, like libraries. The big potential of student means the big capital coming to the school, which would flourish all the facilities like labs and libraries, which I discussed previously. So this would then affect the knowledge a student getting at the school in his period of study. So this is one of the reason, number of students. And the second, in my opinion, is living expenses. you know that this shouldn't be a major factor which you should consider while choosing a school. But in my opinion, if a student coming from a less rich family, like a middle class family, so he should consider this before choosing any school. Well, it basically depends on the goals a student set before choosing a school. For example, there are some students who are solely interested in the studies and not anything else, while some students have side goals along with their major goal, like for example making money, doing jobs, etc. So if a student have some sort of thoughts about making money while studying simultaneously, I consider the capital cities in this case are more reliable, because the number of the multinational companies and enterprises are bigger compared to the smaller cities. The number of investors in the bigger cities are, greater in number. And on the other hand, if a student has not from a very sound financial family, then he should consider a smaller town, which is definitely not Kiev. So in this case, the living expenses would be slightly lower, and along with that, if he's definitely not interested in doing any sort of jobs, etc., so there is no need for going to the big city. So I would now categorize the cities from higher expensive to the least expensive. So Kiev obviously is the capital, so yeah, goes to the top of the line. The second one is Kharkiv, which was ex-capital previously, so yeah, not very expensive as Kyiv, but still not considerable for a student from a not sound financial background. And then we have in other cities, for example, say Dnipro, which is the third largest city, so yeah, expensive. And in the last, which I previously described, is Sumy state, located in Sumska Oblast, is the least expensive in my opinion, because the town is not that important politically and geographically, so the expenses are lower. Factor in my list is the number of faculties in a particular school. So a school having more number of departments means that the school is highly sophisticated, with more number of qualified teachers, good English speaking teachers, you understand. So this is my the third point in my analysis. So let's dive deep in the topic of exploring each and every single university, why they are termed as well flourished or well established university to the less one. So the first one in the list was VN Karazin Kharkiv National Medical University. Obviously the name suggests that it's a government school, and it has around about 4,000 students internationally currently studying in various specialties, and it's located in Kharkiv city. Again, Kharkiv or Kharkiv doesn't matter at all. This university is considered to be one of the major sophisticated university in Ukraine. The reason behind is this university has so many specialities. For example, professional courses like medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, and along with that they have certain other specialities. For example, technical courses like computer and software engineering. These courses are available at the different levels, for example bachelor's or master's, PhD, MPhil, etc. And as well as this university has centrally organized library, which is pretty cool, yeah. So these were the few reasons why this university stands out in my own analysis. And I would say this is my genuine experience, and mostly people would answer you the same thing, because my experience is based on my own research. So you can definitely trust my opinion. So let's briefly describe the specialities which are available. So faculty of medicine, which I previously described, faculty of management, faculty of philology, like different languages studies, English literature, Ukrainian literature, French and Russian literature. And beside that, the school has obviously many international students, along with Africans, students from Middle East, students from Asia, and different other nationalities. Yeah. So let's come back to the second point, which was, in my opinion, Sumy State National University. As the name suggests, the university is located in Sumska Oblast. Sumska Oblast is one of the Ukrainian provinces, which is, if we talk about the expenses, like least significant, which means you can save a lot of money living there, because the expenses are far lesser compared to Kiev and Kharkiv. So let's move forward to the third part, which is International European University, located in Kyiv, and one of the hotspot for African students. Many African students previously has been taking interest in the school. So which I would say is exponentially increasing their number every year. Talk about International European University. I would say it's not just a university that teaching you your professional life. It is much more than that. There's a saying that IEU is a lifestyle, and the more I look into it, the more I realize that the statement is to the point, and that is the reason why the school stands out in all Ukrainian schools, or generally European schools. So it has, like I said, many African students, and this university has many like non-academic activities beside the major your professional specialities. One of the highlighting facts about this school is their association with international organization, which would giving opportunities to the all international students after graduating, which in turn would affect the ratio of employment. So in this area there are certain specialities which are associated with many countries of the Schengen zones, like Switzerland, Germany, and other high-profile Schengen states. So after graduation, a student gets opportunity to work in all of these countries without going through the challenging criteria which would a student face if he or she graduates from a different school. So that is one of the reasons this school stands out in all Ukrainian universities. So let's talk about the faculties this school has. The one which I personally prefer is, of course, nursing program with employment, or IT or business program, so with the association with Switzerland. And the school has different major faculties, for example, School of Business, School of Humanities, School of Law, School of and the School of IT, Information Technology, School of Languages. So let's move to the third point, which is Kharkiv Polytechnic Institute. It is located in Kharkiv city, which I already told you about. And the school has 13,500 students roundabout, and this school is one of the significant places an African students would go to because of the many reasons. Like a massive African community there. Obviously the facilities are quite great, and the school has many reasons for which it is considered to be a good school, but the one that I believe is very significant is the year of its establishment. Quite older school, and it has all of the technical faculties. School is established like very long ago by the Russian Empire, and it has all of the technical courses for international students. So I would do a general rundown on the speciality. This school comes first when we talk about the global recognition, and it meets all the requirements that are necessary for modern way of recognition. And it has specialities available for all levels, for example, masters, bachelors, for example, in a field of psychology, in a field of economics, in a field of engineering and technology. Kharkiv National University of Economics. So this is one of the oldest economics universities in Ukraine. It was established quite long ago, and the reason this university makes it to my top 5 list because of its the professionalism in creating individuals which are quite significant in their fields and research. This university has 15,000 international students, and it is located in Kyiv city. So the number of specialities which is offered by this university is economics, marketing, sociology, law, accounting, and education. So this was all about universities for African students, and if you have any suggestions or any changes, any opinion, please don't hesitate to comment, and we will try to correct it in the next video. And please keep exploring about our organization and education in Ukraine. So and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This would encourage us to make more and more videos, and the confidence it would give us to explore this area in a bit detail. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you watched the video till the end. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.